Okay, so today, move a little bit to get a little better lighting. I decided to go back over my Dreamcast collection. I realize it's been a little bit since I've done inventory. In my room right now. I got that. I was playing some stuff earlier. Just a little overview. I got some spare monitors for stuff, mostly for VGA testing and shit. Alright, first, let's look at the hardware. As you may notice, I have a couple Dreamcasts at the moment. I've gotten them from multiple purchases such as Craigslist or eBay or whatnot, Facebook. Pretty much I bought like a bunch of games I didn't have or like a few games I didn't have, and the Dreamcast stuff was all bundled together, so I said why not. As you see also I got a broken one. I took it apart. I'm going to try to fix it. I've also been keeping some ones with like issues so I can try to mod them with like SD card reader mods and whatnot. ID hard drive mods. And then let's come down here, go over all of it. Oh, I also have some of them are a little different. Early run Dreamcasts were actually made in Japan, as it says on here. There you go. There's some mild differences between Dreamcast Online, not online, I'm sorry, interiorly between the different manufacturings. Then later they were made in China. They have a little date and stuff. But the actual console number on the back does not reflect that at all. Alright, I got two rumble packs right here. Or jump packs. I forget what the actual Dreamcast term for them is. Let's check it out. It doesn't actually say. And I also picked up a microphone. I picked up a few VMUs since last time I went over everything. I got two different colored transparent ones. Sadly, I do not have the little top things. I got two loose ones, one with an actual cap. I finally picked up a different controller. I got the clear transparent blue one. Glad I finally got that in. I got my regular controllers. I got the fishing rod, which was made by ASCII. I know they made a pretty much a similar controller model for the PlayStation 2. Use the same mold and like style. You can use that for Sega bass fishing. Actually, what's kind of neat is you can use that to play Soul Calibur. It's kind of weird. Got the official RF cord, an AV cord, mouse, keyboard. Went over all that before. I ended up getting rid of my broken third-party stuff. I got two Mad Catz controllers. They work okay. I still prefer the regular controller. Extension cord. A memory card that goes with the Game Sharks. A little keychain thing. The keychain part broke, so let's just still keep it. Kind of like a more collective reason. I got an SD card reader, which is called the Dream Shell one. Pretty much you can use a Dream Shell, which is a Linux Dreamcast shell. Pretty self-explanatory. And then you can boot up games with the SD card. And I did finally pick up a light gun. Now, pretty much the actual official Dreamcast light gun never came to North America. Because of incidents such as Columbine, they never bothered with bringing it out here. So, I've never seen one myself. They were only in Japan. I picked up another one of these generic performance memory cards. They work okay. Got this, the Mad Catz generic memory card. I accidentally bought it thinking it was something else, and I just kept it and didn't open it. Also their Force Pack, which is their generic Rumble Pack. Boxes for these. I got this, which is an SD video / standard composite cord. For those that don't know, S-Video is a slightly better signal than composite, so I have a couple of TVs that can use that. Then I got the AV cord, or the VGA cord, I'm sorry. And this to adapt it so I can use the audio. And I picked this up from some guy online, but I don't have a use for it quite yet because I get a computer that's compatible, but basically this plugs into the serial port, and then it plugs into the serial port on an old PC, and you can connect your Dreamcast and do things like develop games and code and dump ROMs and whatnot. I still need to get around to that. I just don't have the actual hardware to do it. Some burnt games of unreleased stuff. And then here we have, from my friend in high school, an Electronics Boutique or EB Games Sega Dreamcast shirt. It's pretty worn. I still keep it around and use it as pajamas and whatnot. Alright. I have the boxes for some of the hardware I showed you earlier. And then I bought this on Amazon for about $8, oddly enough, like a year ago. And it's a mint condition VMU, unopened. Go figure, I was surprised it was there for so much. Here I got all my loose stuff, spare games that I've got, ones with broken cases. Most of them are sports games. Some of them were games I accidentally took out of the case because the jewel case got shattered. Loose manuals. And then this thing is here to play region games that you can't play, such as Japanese or PAL games on your American system. Here's an overview. Over here we have the official Dreamcast demo discs from the magazine. Then we also have the generator demo discs. I do have volume 2, except for without the sleeve. It's in this case I showed earlier. Then here's my Japanese titles. We got Soul Calibur, Guilty Gear X, Dance Dance Revolution Second Mix. I don't think any DDR games came out in the US for the Dreamcast. Capcom vs. SNK Pro, Giant Graham, then Blue Stinger's Japanese version, and then I forget how to pronounce that one. I got the Game Shark, the web browser 2.0, the original web browser, and then here I got, not only since last time where I had the Metal Gear Dreamcast, which lets you play the Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation, on the Sega Dreamcast, you have to use the actual disc, but I also picked up the one for Tekken 3. I haven't tried it yet, I haven't bothered opening it since it was sealed. We got the Jet Set Radio soundtracks. We got this music sampler here I got for it. It turns out most of these songs are not on the game at all. So it's just like a sample track of artists that are on it, which is kind of odd. I finally picked up Evolution 2. I did beat Evolution Worlds on the GameCube, which is pretty much 1 and 2 compressed into one game. I actually got 2 copies of the UFC game. I got them in different packages. Grandia 2, Sonic Shuffle, 18-wheeler, Choo Choo Rocket, Capcom vs. SNK, I got ESPN game, I got Carrier, I believe I talked about that earlier, Crazy Taxi, Demolition Racer, Crazy Taxi 2. A friend of mine actually gave me this, Alone in the Dark. It was originally on the PlayStation, they ported it over to the Dreamcast. It was a reboot of an old PC game that actually inspired Resident Evil and whatnot, so that's kind of neat. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Air Force Delta, Jack Ryan Radio, one of my favorites. Blue Stinger, Arrow Wing, NFL Quarterback Club 2001. Both Shenmue and then limited edition with the soundtrack disc. Virtua Tennis, Power Stone. Finally picked up Daytona USA's port. Evolution, DOA. And then here we have Caution Seaman, which I finally picked up. You can use the mic for that. And for those that don't know, the narrator of that game is actually the late Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek fame. Sega Rally, Toy Commander, Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle, 2K games. I picked up the last Revelation, the Tomb Raider game. This happens after 3. Soul Calibur, Rayman 2, more 2K games, WWF Royal Rumble, Virtua Striker 2. More 2K games. Oh, and I picked this up. It's basically an incomplete copy of the limited edition version of Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. It was supposed to include another disc, I'm not sure what, but in the manual. I found that at a store. Code Veronica. I got 2 sealed games. Star Wars Demolition, which I played on the PlayStation. I had a pretty fun time when I was younger. Soul Fighter. Mr. Driller. I got Fantasy Online, version 2. Doesn't have the manual, but it does still have the CD key that you need to activate on your thing. Obviously, the official servers have been down for several years now. But, it's kind of neat is someone has modified the Raspberry Pi and made custom Dreamcast booting servers, so I gotta get around to getting that. I'll try some of these games online. And that's pretty much an overview of all my games. Obviously, I still have a lot to go to get a full collection. I'll slowly be working on that, but I hope you guys all enjoy.